we're going to fix this right here. I did some redecorating, guys, of the nail room. So now I don't know where anything is. No, I'm just playing. It's supposed to be a better organization process. So, what I am doing is trying not to make a mess. I think I'm just going to do it on here. I wanted to make sure I didn't mess this up, my cutting board. So, the neck thing was fine. I like that. This piece here, I feel like this can be cut off. This little shoulder gap, I feel like that's fine. But I feel like it needs to stop there. And then I feel like this definitely needs to kind of come in a bit. Because remember in the last video I did, I was like, what is this piece of the clothing? It was like it was a flap. It was a flap and it was a fold, and it shouldn't have been there. So we're just gonna cut this off. This is my way of adjusting my pattern. I really like this paper, y'all. This thick paper. Don't waste your time by going to Dollar Tree getting these tissue papers, because I don't know, to each his own, but I feel like if you're gonna make a pattern, then you want to start off with a big pattern and then shred it down to your size with inexpensive practice material. Okay, you may never wear that material out, but it's just showing you what you need to correct on your pattern. And I feel like there needs to be a shoulder slope. Yeah, like, and I know it's no sharp corners, so I'm just getting rid of them sharp corners. All right, so now I'm going to go down a little bit, which is going to give me a wider neckline, but that's okay. All right. So a part of me wants to trace this. I don't know why. But I definitely don't want to right on my cutting mat. All right, I think that's me just being anal, so I'm not gonna do that. It's all fun and games until I right on my cutting mat. All right, so we're gonna get this out the way, slide that down, and now we're gonna see how that pattern fares out with new material. I'm gonna show y'all where I'm keeping my material. One of my old Poshmark crates. In here I have my bra padding. I have my interfacing lining. I have my interface that you iron on, which I don't know nothing about that. But these are where I'm keeping my fabrics. And yeah, I'm gonna make a pretty white dress out of this. So I think I'm gonna do gray. And this got some makeup on it, so don't think it's, you know, yucky, yucky, nasty. That's just makeup. I actually did my face yesterday. It feels good to get dolled up every once in a while. Okay, family, so what we're gonna do, this was $4 for 2 yards. I have come to the knowledge that 2 yards of fabric is more than enough to make a dress and then some, or a skirt and top and then some. 2 yards of fabric is my goal. That's what I'm looking for when I go out to buy stuff. So I'm going to do this on the folded side. It already comes folded. Oh, Jesus, help me, Lord. It already comes folded. All right, so here we go. Had to open the window for a little bit more light. Let the light shine in. All right, so now this is the folded side. Slide this down. I'm gonna insert a clip of me getting this new table. Y'all can see. I found it. This long table. Okay, so now I'm just cleaning vigorously, cleaning the new table. Get it going with my alcohol, my wipes, and my Lysol. I'm going to use my white tailor's chalk. Got more room to work with on this table. All right, so now I'm just going to slide this down some more. We ain't wasting no fabric over here. Giving room for my seam allowance. That should be enough. All right. So I have discovered that I am more of a fan of fabric markers than I am seam tailor's chalk. And I'm just going around it trying to leave a, that's not even 1 inch, it's like a ½ inch for the seam allowance. And a part of me low-key wants to just keep going down. Because if I've already done it one way, you know, I've made the shirt and the top that way by using the 2 different pieces, pattern pieces, you know, this one and then the skirt one. But if I just go straight down, wouldn't that be? Anyway, we're just gonna focus on one thing on this video, and this is to see if me altering this pattern makes for a better shirt, period. So now we're gonna use our rotary cutter, and we're gonna take our time with this, y'all. Pressing it like it's a piece of cutter. At least the safety blade is clear, because that gives me better sight so that I don't cut my finger off. There we go. Come on now. I'm already thinking advance. I'm thinking of the trim that I'm gonna put on here, if I'm gonna put some trim. But I'm like, I got gray, so let me probably brighten it up with a blue or even a yellow, gray and yellow. What is that, a team? All right, so now let's see how it looks. All right, so we're gonna mosey on over here. We're gonna get our thing, our tomato. Does anybody know what the little part of the tomato is for? Does anybody know? Is that to sharpen the pins? All right, so we're gonna pin this at the top. And And y'all remember how I was saying that I don't see how people's mannequins get dirty to why they would need to or want to wash them. You know, take this part off and wash it. You can't, by the way. But I was like, I just don't see how it would get dirty. I was like, I take care of my stuff. Yesterday when I had my makeup on, I had bumped into it. And now my makeup is on her shoulder. Look at that. So, anyway. So right now, what I'm thinking about the alterations that I did with the pattern, they look so subtle. It don't even look like... So I feel like this does not need to be here. I feel like this little... It don't need to be there. It needs to go straight down. And this part, where that armhole is, I need to add something to that. Right where that dip is on the circle. Let me show y'all. This part that goes out, which is up here, because I did it around, this part needs to go straight in. It needs to almost slant. I'm going to write that on there now. I'm going to draw that on there now. So this needs to go like that. And I need to cut that off. And then this part needs to come out some, like out here. So I need to tape some fabric. Not fabric. Tape some material to that. And I'm just going to put some tape. This is a random piece of paper. I'm just going to tape that to let me know. You showing right there, that part will have you showing your bra. So, okay, that was the wrong way. Why would I, what would make me? All right, so now I have that there. So we know we're going to chop that off. So we're just going to add that to it. You guys are so patient with me. I appreciate it. So now I'm just going to cut. There we go. So we've just alleviated this hunch here, and we've added some right here so that it goes down by the armhole. And now we need to, I guess that part is necessary. So we're going to leave this here because this flaps around the side. Yep. And if anything, now I'm not going to add nothing to this, but I will cut this little triangle off of here. Just to try to make it look neater. And then after this is going to be looking really super messy, right? But after I get it perfect, then I can do it on a stronger sheet of paper to make it a more permanent source of whatever. So now I'm going to go ahead and do pin. I'm going to go ahead and pin those. Y'all know I love to pin stuff. I love that part. Making it look good. Showing how it's coming together. Anyway. So, yeah. Now let me see. I can't get access to that. I got to go all the way around. All right. We're gonna do it like this. Now the skirt part of it, I feel like the skirt is good. about gray with white trim? Because I got two things of white lace trim. Because the yellow and gray is going to remind me of the Lakers, and red and gray. I think I'm going to go with the baby blue. That's what I said in the beginning. That's what I said. So this is where I decided to keep all of mine. I don't really have any rhyme or reason for it. But this is where I decided to keep the zippers and the material. I don't know. But this is the blue that I'm going to use, y'all. It has like a lighter sparkly blue glitter in it. But I think that with that, it's going to be pretty cute. All right. Stay tuned. Now, guys, I just wanted to show you this. So I'm holding this up to me, right? And as you can see, this is how it pins on. Well, this is how it would look, you know. But as you can see where my armhole is, it literally, this is the armhole up here. So this is why I need to add more fabric, because I'm showing too much right there. You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking I need not even go further with this. That was $4. I still got plenty more material of that. But I think, let me turn so I can show y'all. Do y'all see that side boob? I mean, sure, I could use this as something to practice with, like maybe just sewing the hem, or I mean, I could turn it into a dress, but I feel like I would have another one of those struggle dresses, and I don't really want that. But this is letting me know, and I don't know what made me do this, but it's giving me a good idea that that's still wrong. And it's making me want to start over and like the skirt. If I pin this to me. Anyway. We're not going to mess with that. We're going to perfect this. That's what we're going to perfect. Right now what I'm doing is I have the altered pattern. Excuse me. Didn't mean to cut in front of y'all like that. I have the altered pattern. And I'm just going to add some paper to it, just to give myself more room to work, more room to alter. So I empty out my cup so that you can feel the love. All right. So now, having a better understanding, I'm going to, I probably should get my ruler out, but I'm just going to bring this over a little bit more. And I'm going to curve it in right here. And we're going to fill that in right there. Okay, so now this part I'm going to give it a nice C curve with my ruler, which is right here. This is where all my rulers are. Because I realized earlier that this is actually where the armhole is. So I'm going to move it in a little bit. I keep wanting to go down, but we're not going down because it's sitting right up there, believe it or not. You say, why is she doing it like this? I'm doing it like this because me and measurements have yet to mend our relationship, so we are estranged and aloof right now. I don't get them, they don't get me. But I still understand the concept of clothing So, you know, I watch videos and I get it. I may not get, you know, how to get to point A to point B, but I get the concept. So once I perfect the little hurdle, then I'm good. I'll be selling more dresses than Ross. All right, so we're gonna cut this part off too, from here to there. And I know it looks really messy, and for people who are like neat freaks, because that's what a lot of people's patterns were looking like to me. And it was like, whoa, like why are all these lines on here? But I feel like that may need to be a little bit wider, but we're gonna see. We're gonna see. Oh, but I do want to add, let me see, y'all good? I do want to add a little bit more to this. I feel like I want it to go, I don't know. I'm just going to put a little bit more right there, because this part has to reach a certain side of the mannequin. And this is cutting into the material, that so-called snatched waistline, which actually this can probably be, I don't know. I don't want to assume. But that's all this is. It's my assumptions, right? Now I see I just wanna be more available to you. Alright, so let's just go ahead and draw this. I mean, you know, it's a subtle wave right there. Subtle ripple. All right. So now this is the new bodice. The new bodice block. And I'm just going to hold this up to myself and see where this armhole hits. This is I need to go down a little bit. I need to go down a little bit and cut that right there. Right? Let me see. 'Cause that's, if that's the shoulder, and that is, I need to go down a little bit for the armhole. Okay. All right. Let's put a little piece of tape right there. And now we're going to go ahead and see how off our pattern is. Because we know it's off. We just got to see how much it's off. I would go around it with the fabric marker, but is that folded? Yeah, that's folded. Uh-oh, I feel like I'm cutting into the table. Okay, nope, cutting mat. So that's right there. And since this is doubled, I don't know how I didn't double the first one. How did I end up just getting one of that? Because I usually always double it. Uh-oh, it's going down too low. Now let's grab our scissors, our fabric scissors. All right. And we're going to go over this side because we want an accurate depiction of what our, look at that. of what our pattern is serving. We want to see if it needs to be altered. And we can't do that with all this on the other side. You see all that? So let's just give it a good. That was awfully close. All right, let's go to the mannequin. This is the Telltale. Find the remote yet? Well, we need to pray and ask God to reveal where the remote is, because it's here. Oh, it's here. All right, so this is the old, what's it called? Prototype. And I'm still gonna make something out of this. Okay, don't. Where the other one at? I just got one again. Okay, and not only did we just get one, but we got 2 halves instead of opening it up. So earlier what I did was on the fold. That's what was different. It was on the fold. So we know that this is the shoulder, I believe. Yep, that's the shoulder. And yeah. I think. Nope, that's not right. Because this is the armhole. I'm trying to work with these nails on, y'all. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling the difference with the nails on. Just one of them days. I don't understand, babe. Wasn't you the last person watching TV? Yeah. Well. Okay, so this is the side that needs to go. Maybe it's just how I'm pinning it. Because if I stretch it down, it goes down further. But without causing tension to the fabric, it still needs to go down some more. Did you check on top of the dresser? Okay, Okay, so this side would definitely need a bust dart. Matter of fact, both sides. Y'all think that first one looked better. I'm gonna stitch both of these together. We're gonna make it work. All that extra fabric. Then again, that's not possible, is it? Not with that coming lower and higher. Then again, all things are possible, and that may just be the style that I want to go for, the high-low look. Yeah, that's going to have to be this is going to have to be a thing. I'm going to sew it. Okay, so let's get this off the mannequin. We're going to expedite things along because, again, this video is basically me just correcting, finally getting a hang of the, uh-oh, I heard something fall. I'm gonna step on it and be crying. Well, anyway, let's go. So I didn't really notice where I went wrong in the stitching, but I ended up stitching one side a little bit like off the shoulder instead of on the shoulder. So I have to figure out why I keep doing that, because apparently it's a thing. I've done it to like 2-3 outfits. But yeah. So I thank y'all again for being patient with me. These outfits to me are still everything. Like, it's like you're getting closer and closer to your goal of, I don't want to say the perfect dress, the perfect outfit, but you know, I can imagine like when someone sews, when they get to that pinnacle of they've sewn and now they have something that they don't see in department stores and they don't see online, and they created it, they sewed it, it's their ideal, and it looks good on them, tailored, customized to their body. I can imagine how good that would feel. The second one, and of course this is the first one that was in the back. That's in the back. So when I put them together after changing the pattern, this left this, which can't really do anything with. I'm going to add some sleeves though. And again, this side can't really do anything with. So, and that's the back. So what I'm going to do is add a bottom half to this dress because that's what it's going to be. Okay. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. It's going to stop right here. So here's a clip of the next outfit I made that I'm not quite finished with yet, but the overall picture. Y'all got to stay tuned. Y'all got to follow this journey. Click that subscribe button. We're going to stop right here. I'm going to turn it this way. Keep in mind that it is doubled over. And these are going to be the sleeves. Hold on, would this be one? I don't know if that's big enough. It should be. So I'm going to run this through the through the sewing machine real quick. And I'm going to leave the top part open, but I'm going to stitch the sides. All right. Stitching of all the adding fabric we did. I can cut this part off because that's like an extra piece. I'll do that later. So you turn it the right side out, and this is what it looks like with just one sleeve on. So again, the importance of knowing the measurements or having the correct pattern. Once you finally get the correct pattern down, it'll save you. Although that is cute now, don't get me wrong. That little extra little like design right there is cute, I think. So, ooh, I'm sorry. I'm trying to rush y'all because I want to get these sleeves done before a certain time, and I'm just gonna put. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know what I'm gonna do. We playing it all by ear, but I like the stretchiness of this. I love the gray. I love a good solid color, as you guys know. Solid, forgiving, flattering color. Gray is it hides a little bit. You know what I mean? So now let's go and put that other sleeve on. All right, you guys, so I just want to point out that the other part of the video that I sped through was for a reason. But this part, I'm just going to kind of show you more detail of what I'm doing. So, as you can see, all the ruffles and ridges there. Looks kind of messy, but that's, again, the inside of the shirt. So now we're going to get our other sleeve, and we're going to very carefully stitch or position. Make sure everything's on the wrong side. You sew on the wrong side, period. Period, poo. All right, so I actually need these two. Okay. So you want to, again, perch the material up. Don't just lay it flat. You want to pick it up, both sides. Wherever you don't put the, wherever it's not touching, it's going to be a hole. So your pinning in this part right here is very important, because you have to be able to trust your pinning when you're going around it with the sewing machine, that you covered all spaces. It doesn't have to be, you can leave like a small space in between the pinning, like that right there. The needles aren't touching, the pins aren't touching. Sometimes I leave a little more space, sometimes I leave a little less. Again, you get faster every time you do it, but you don't have to rush. Not when the learning, not when you're getting everything down. You're honing your skills, and you are becoming. And just turn and position the fabric. You know, it doesn't have to stay in that position. I just did that for the camera, because I do want people to be able to learn from these videos. I do, even though I'm you know, new to it. Hopefully I'm helping somebody, even if it's helping them to see how a better way of teaching on their own channel. All right, so just looking back at it, where's pin? Okay, that looks good. I'm gonna flip it over. And now I'm gonna sew this other piece of material. It's kind of thinner. They're, you know, they're not the same, asymmetrical or anything. Just randomly cut. And make sure that they are it doesn't have to be like perfect, as long as there's a certain seam allowance to allow you to sew. You know, when I say it doesn't have to be perfect, like you might be like, oh, well, they're not cut the same for everything to match at the tip. We're not worried about the tip. We're worried about getting as much fabric to give us more room in the shirt. So we just need just enough to be able to sew it on there. And again, this could have been alleviated with having a good pattern. Not a pattern that once you cut it, then it's not right and you gotta do like a patchwork quilt. But I have grace for myself, and it is what it is. So now you see why I sped through the oven. I didn't want the video to exalt you guys. Not exalt you guys, to exhaust you guys. Make you tired. All right. All right. So we're going to go ahead and take this to the sewing machine. And this part is kind of tedious, so I'm not going to record that. Everyone knows what it looks like when you're sewing. Everybody knows what the sewing machine sounds like. Sometimes it's good little clips in there. Good to put little clips in there. And then sometimes it just, I think you guys rather see the end result and maybe the pattern making of it. But the sewing, I don't know. I may be wrong. Leave down in the comment section below. So this is what this looks like when you're ready to go sew it. That's what it looks like. All right. Okay, so this is what it looks like after we had a small hiccup right there, which is going to give us an unwanted bust start. Just a small hiccup. But this is what that fringe being sewed on there looks like. It gave us more room to sew a sleeve, to connect a sleeve. And now we're going to stitch this with this. And if it's a part that gets, you know, that's too big or whatever, you just bunch it up. It's fabric. Just bunch it up, push it in there. This is the shirt. Let me take this off. So this is the shirt on the wrong side. Ooh, what happened here? Do y'all see that? Something went wrong. Okay, let me pull it out. Let me focus. I couldn't wait to get back and finish this project. The seam looks really good in the center of this. So I'm gonna have the center, the front as the seam in the front as the seam in the center as the front. All right. So I don't know why that's looking like that. Man. I mean, you know, I'm still gonna make a dress out of it. I'm still gonna make a dress out of it. Don't. Anyway, let's turn her around. I think the seam, let me get y'all closer to the seam. Do y'all see the seam? The quality of stitching. I want to try it on, low-key. I want to try it on. We're going to have some trim going around here. That's probably what I'm going to do now. No, I'm going to make the skirt first. The bottom half. Is anybody else enjoying this video as much as I am? Because just to see how, you know, the pattern, the shape of the pattern really is going to be the shape of the garment. I don't know, that's just fascinating to me. If you put a curve in a certain spot, it means something. It's going to look like something. If you put, um, let's see, I guess a backwards C, which is a curve. I don't know. It's just like darts. Darts bring personality to the garment. So do angles and curves and, you know, I don't know. I'm just thrilled to find out the endless um, ideals that I can come up with. Not to say I want to be out here, looking crazy or anything like that, but so I was watching a movie last night, and I forget what the name of it was because it wasn't my choice movie; it was my husband's. But the woman had on like some sort of a red pageant gown, and it was an action movie, but she was, And I remember paying so much a detail to what she had on because it was like, okay, I see now how the cuts make a difference, where you put the ruffles, the placement, like all of this stuff it should be intentional. And it's almost like you can tell the difference when someone designs a garment that knows the best way to complement the body. Does that make sense? It's like people who know suits. They they've captured the essence of a man being what's the word for it? Masculine, while also being like I don't know, but these suits that these men are wearing now with these nut huggers. Kind of big. Okay, maybe not big enough. But it gave it do you see where the angles, this is the inside of it. Do you see right here where the angles of it give it I don't know what that is. Gives it shape. Is that gonna be enough, or do I need some fabric in the front? You would think. It's like I mean, granted, I do have clothes on, a full uniform, but anyway, so now I'm just going to turn this way, put some pins in it. I was really proud of that. When I saw the difference that an angle makes, I'm going to play around with that more, especially on the shoulders, because that little shoulder slope that I see so many people doing, I mean, obviously it's the way to be done, but it's going to make my shirts look much better. Look at that. I hope I have enough elastic, because I just bought 2 things of elastic. One is super thick. It's like 2 inches thick, and the other one was like a ½ an inch thick. Anyway, so I'm going to pin the sides and sew it, and then I'm going to try it on, the skirt and the top, and hopefully if I see a way where I can fasten it together, then I'm going to make it into a dress. All right, so I just want to point out the angle. It's wider on this end, and then it goes up and it's tapered in. So that means that little cut, where is it at? This little thing right here, makes a huge difference. I probably could have done it now, because if I was adding a zipper to it, then I would taper it some more. But because I have to be able to pull it up over my thighs. But yeah, I'm about to try this on, y'all. That with the shirt. Okay, so y'all ready for the reveal? Here is the reveal. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. Y'all know how I like to give you the full picture. We're going to use the silver shoes with a black purse with gold hardware. We're going to pair it up. So this is the outfit. I can use a little lining. I'm excited, y'all. When I put this skirt on, and it made me feel amazing. This material, I know it's kind of thin, but with lining, interfacing, it's very much doable. I just got out the shower because I wanted to be clean when I tried it on, and I just got off work, so yes, I showered with my jewelry on. Long story. But yeah. I got some thread hanging, and I need to put a hem here, and I need to put a hem at the bottom. I forgot what color I said. I think it was light blue. And some trim here. But this is an outfit, honey. This is an outfit that will be worn out. I didn't put any elastic around the, those angles did it. Do y'all see that? Them angles, they have it to where it is, elastic is optional. Okay, so this is embarrassing. But the sleeves. Can y'all see me? Let me see. Okay, so this outfit is not totally complete. I feel like none of my garments are going to be absolutely complete because as I get different ideals, as I learn new techniques, I'm going to be perfecting them. So like this one, I'm thinking about adding some ruffles at the bottom just to make sure that it hits below the knee and to the calf. That's where I think, since I'm tall, that's where I think it looks presentable. Now, if I pull that up, now I didn't do the lining around here. I know. Give me a moment and I will. But just looking at the actual sleeves, like I said, they're a little bit oh, wait a minute, is that uneven? That's a little uneven. Because this is supposed to be up on the shoulder. I might be able to take that in. Like do just take it in. You know how we do the darts or whatever. But then I still have this. I could take that in too. I could modify it until it can't be modified no more. Y'all, I'm super proud of myself. Y'all have no idea. I knew this gray color was going to deliver.